Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Monday. It is 17th of June. And it is Jyeshta Masa or Trivikrama Masa and Sukla Paksham and Ekadasi Tithi. So today it is Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi, fasting from grains, beans, cereals, and even water as well, and fruits, everything. So completely nothing. So there are a few lines from the ISKCON about the story of Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi. So here, for the generally for Ekadasis, one can take Charanamrita and Achamana water. But actually, this is mentioned in the Hari Bhakti Vilasa and saying that so one has to fast completely, fast from water, anything, any of the food grains. Anyone who does not fast on this particular Ekadasi, they should be understood to be sinful, corrupted, and suicidal person without a doubt. So the story of Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi goes like this. Once Bhimasena, the younger brother of Maharaj Yudhishthira, asked the great sage Srila Vyasadeva, the grandfather of the Pandavas, if it is possible to return to the spiritual world without having observed all the rules and regulations of the Ekadashi fasts. Bhimasena then spoke as follows: O greatly intelligent and learned grandfather, my brother Yudhishthira, my dear mother Kunti, and my beloved wife Draupadi, as well as Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva, fast completely on each Ekadashi and strictly follow all the rules, guidelines, and regulative injunctions of that sacred day. Being very religious, they always tell me that I should also fast on that day too. But, O learned grandfather, I tell them that I cannot live without eating because, as the son of Vayudeva, Samana Prana, the digestive air hunger is unbearable to me. I can give widely in charity and worship Lord Keshava properly with all manner of wonderful upacharas, items. But I cannot be asked to fast on Ekadasi. Please tell me, how can I obtain the same merits result without fasting? Hearing these words, the grandson of Bhima, Srila Vyasadeva said, if you want to go to heavenly planets and avoid hellish planets, you should indeed observe a fast on both the light and dark Ekadasis. So Bhima replied, O great saintly intelligent grandfather, please listen to my plea. O greatest of the Munis, since I cannot live if I eat only once in a day, how can I possibly live if I fast completely? Within my stomach burns a special fire named Vruka, the fire of digestion. Agni, the fire god, descends from Lord Vishnu through Brahma, from Brahma to Angirasa, and from Angirasa to Bruhaspati, and from Bruhaspati to Sambhu, who was Agni's father. He is the gatekeeper in charge of Nairiti, the southern eastern direction. He is one of the 8 material elements, and Parikshit Maharaja he is very expert at examining things. He examined Maharaja Shibi once turning into a dove. Yeah, further information on this incident, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada's Srimad Bhagavatam commentary to first canto, 12th chapter, 20th verse purport. Agni is divided into 3 categories. One is Davagni, the fire in the wood; Jatadagni, the fire in the digestion in the stomach; and Vadavagni, the fire that creates a fog when hot and cold streams mix in for example, the ocean. Another name for the fire of digestion is Vruka. It is powerful fire that resided in Bhima's stomach. Only when I eat to my full satisfaction does the fire in my stomach become satisfied. O great sage, I might possibly be able to fast only once. So I beg that you tell me of an Ekadashi that is worthy of my fasting, and that includes all other Ekadashis. I shall faithfully observe that fast and hopefully still become eligible for liberation's release. Srila Vyasadeva replied, O king, you have heard from me about the various kinds of occupational duties, such as elaborate Vedic ceremonies and pujas in the Kali Yuga. However, no one will be able to observe all the occupational and functional duties properly. I shall therefore tell you how, at practically no expense, one can endure some small austerity and achieve greatest benefit and resultant happiness. The essence of what is written in the Vedic literatures known as the Puranas is that one should not eat on either the dark or light fortnight Ekadasis. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, purport, 12th canto, 13th chapter, verse 12 and 15, the Bhagavad Purana is itself the essence or cream of all Vedanta philosophy. Sarva Vedanta Saram. And the Srimad Bhagavatam's unequivocal message is that full of surrender to Lord Krishna and the rendering of devotional service unto him. Observing Ekadasi strictly is a great aid in that process. And here, Srila Vyasadeva is simply stressing to Bhima the importance of Ekadasi Vrata. One who fasts on Ekadasi is saved from going to the hellish planets. Hearing Srila Vyasadeva's words, the son of Vayu, Bhima, the strongest of all warriors, became frightened and began to shake like a leaf on a banyan tree in a strong wind. The frightened Bhimasena then said, "O grandfather, what should I do? I am completely unable and ill-equipped to fast twice in a month throughout the year. Please tell me of the one fasting day that will bestow the greatest benefit upon me." Vyasadeva replied, "Without drinking even water, you should fast on the Ekadasi that occurs during the light fortnight of the month of Jesta, when the sun travels in the sign of Taurus and Gemini. According to learned personalities, on this day one may bathe and perform achamana for pratiprakshana purification. But while performing achamana, one may drink only that amount of water equal to a drop of gold, or that amount it takes to immerse a single mustard seed. Only this amount of water should be placed in the right palm for sipping, which one should form to resemble a cow's ear. If one drinks more water than this, he might be as well have drunk wine despite the soaring heat of summer. One must certainly not eat anything, for if he does so, he breaks his fast. So this rigid fast is in effect from sunrise on the Ekadasi day to sunrise on the Dwadasi day. If a person endeavors to observe this greatest fast very strictly, he easily achieves the result of observing all 24 other Ekadasi fasts throughout the entire year. On Dwadasi, the devotee should bathe early in the morning, then according to the prescribed rules and guidelines and regulative injunctions, and of course, depending on his ability, he should give some gold and water to the worthy Brahmanas. Finally, he should cheerfully honor prasadam with Brahmana. So there is lots of information. So I'm just skipping all of these things and jumping to the last section of it. So one should clean his teeth properly and without eating or drinking, observe this Ekadasi to please Supreme Lord Keshava. One on the day after Ekadasi, one should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his form as Trivikrama, by offering him water, flowers, incense, and a brightly burning lamp. Then the devotee should pray from the heart, O God of gods, O deliverer of everyone, O Hrishikesha, master of the senses, kindly bestow upon me the gift of liberation. Though I can offer you nothing greater than this humble pot filled with water, then the devotee should donate the water pot to a Brahmana. O Bhimasena, after this Ekadasi fast, and donating the recommended items according to his ability, the devotee should feed Brahmanas and thereafter honor prasadam silently. Srila Vyasadeva concluded, I strongly urge you to fast on this auspicious, purifying, sin devouring Dwadasi in just the way I have outlined. Thus, you will be completely freed of all sins and reach the supreme abode. Thus end the narrations of the glories of Jesta Shukla Ekadasi or Bhimaseni Nirjala Ekadasi from the Brahma Vaivatta Purana. Nirjala Ekadashi ki jai. Okay, that is from the events perspective. We shall quickly move into Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Lord Brahma is speaking to Narada Muni. So for the questions that Narada Muni has inquired in the beginning, so he was asking, Yad Drupam Yad Adhisthanam Yataha Srustamidam Prabho Yat Samtam Yat Param Yatcha Tat Tatpum Vada Tatpataha Sarvam Hedad Bhavan Veda Bhota Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu Karamalakavad Vishwam Vijnana Avasitam Tava. So he was asking so many questions. So what is yad vijnano, yad adharo, yad parastvam, yad atmanah, yad atmakaha, ekaha sujisi bhutani, bhutaihi evatmamaya. Oh Brahma, you are creating and everything and everything perfectly. You know everything, just like a amalaka fruit in the hand. And but sometimes we are bewildered by looking at yourself that you are doing all the austerities. So Narada Muni started those questions. Brahma is answering, I am not the controller, I am not the supreme God. So there is Vasudeva, Narayana. So he is the supreme controller and started speaking about all about the glories of the Lord, how the Lord comes to this material world and expands himself as a Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara for the maintenance of creation, maintenance, and destruction. So through the material modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance. So likewise, the Lord accepts this for the maintenance of cosmic manifestations. And then that is the Lord's position. Whereas the living entity, even though he is freed from the three material modes of nature, but as soon as he comes to this material world, he is entangled. So karya karana katritve dravya jnana kriyasrayaha badnanti nichidamuktam mayinam purusham gunaha. Because he is entrapped by the earth, water, fire, wind, and space. So he also get how to spend his senses and his body for his sense gratification. Dravya jnana kriya asrayaha. So likewise, he is entangled within this material world. Badnanti nichida muktam mayinam purusham gunaha. So later on, Brahma, he started speaking that even though these three material modes of nature created by the Lord, he is beyond the three material modes of nature. He is not entangled here, but he is the controller, including me. So I am also coming as part of the living entities. He is also Lord for me as well. Likewise, Brahma is saying to Narada Muni. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 5, verse number 20. स एष भगवान् लिङ्गैः त्रिभिः एतैः अदोक्षजः स्वलक्षिता गतिर्ब्रह्मन् सर्वेषां मम च ईश्वरः स एष भगवान् लिङ्गैः. That the same personality of Godhead, Lingaihi. So by this goodness, passion, and ignorance, Lingaihi, Tribihi, there are the three material modes of nature. Yetaihi adokshajaha. So adokshaja is the supreme transcendence who is beyond this material modes of nature. Yetaihi adokshajaha, he is transcended. So he is not part of this. He is outside of this. Sayeha Bhagavan Lingaihi Tribihi Etaihi Adokchajaha Swalakshita Gatir Brahman and Su Alakshitaha, and it is veritably unseen and Gatihi movement. So Swalakshita Gatir Brahman Sarvesha Mamata Ishvaraha. So he is the Lord of everything, either moving or non-moving, and including me. Sarvesham Mamacha, of everyone. Mamacha, mine also. Ishvaraha, he is the controller. So likewise, Brahma is saying to Narada Muni. Swalakshita Gatir Brahman Sarvesham Mamacha Ishvaraha. He is the controller of me as well. By his own internal potency, he controls everything. He is beyond this material world and three material modes of nature. So, translation for this verse: O Brahmana Narada, the superior, the superseer, the transcendent Lord is beyond the perception of the material senses of the living entities because of the above mentioned three modes of nature. But he is the controller of everyone, including me. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request any unallocated devotees to read this purport, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can I please read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Okay. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.24 to 25, the Lord has declared very clearly that the impersonalist who gives more importance to the transcendental ways of the Lord as Brahmajyoti and who concludes that the absolute truth is ultimately impersonal and only manifests the form at the time of necessity is less intelligent than the personalist. However, not the impersonal may be engaged in studying the Vedanta. The fact is that such impersonalists are covered by the above-mentioned three modes of material nature, therefore they are unable to approach the transcendental personality of the Lord. The Lord is not approachable by everyone because he is cut by his Yog Maya potency. But one should not wrongly conclude that the Lord unmanifested and has now manifested himself in the human form. This misconception of the formlessness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is due to the Yoga Maya curtain of the Lord and can be removed only by the Supreme Will. As soon as the conditioned soul surrenders unto Him, the devotees of the Lord, who are transcendental to the above mentioned three modes of material nature, can see the all blissful transcendental form of the Lord with their vision of love in this attitude of pure devotional service. Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So here Prabhupada in this purport bringing about the Lord's, because here Lord is beyond these three material modes of nature. So how impersonalist things, Prabhupada mentions, just repeating the statement of Krishna. So abhyaktam vyaktimapannam manyate mam abuddhayaha. So previously avyakta is who doesn't manifest his form before. Avyaktam vyaktimapannam, who has achieved the form. Manyate mam abuddhayaha. He thinks like that. Param bhavam ajananto mama avayam anuttamam. So people, they think like that. So Lord doesn't have form before, but now he has come as a personified, like a Krishna or Rama or any of his forms. But these forms, they exist eternally. So here, whenever there is a need of performing some act, he will come and then he will go back to his abode again. So the Lord exists eternally. So Prabhupada is mentioning Abhyaktam Vyaktim Apannam Manyate Mam Abuddhayaha Param Bhavam Ajaranto Mama Avayam Anuttamam. So that is, it is clearly said in the Bhagavad Gita. That is impersonate, who gives more importance to the transcendental rays of the Lord as Brahma Jyoti, and who concludes that the absolute truth is ultimately impersonal and only manifest form at a time of necessity, is less intelligent than the personalist, however much impersonalist may be engaged in studying the Vedanta. So this is all about the impersonalist. So here Prabhupada is saying impersonalist is less intelligent than the personalist. And then further Prabhupada says the fact is that such impersonalists are covered by the above mentioned three modes of nature. Therefore, they are unable to approach the transcendental personality of Godhead. So the Lord is not approachable by everyone. Naham prakasya, naham. So the Lord says, what is that one? Yoga Maya Samavrita. So I am covered by this Yoga Maya. And then because they are not beyond, they are covered by three material modes of nature. So they are unable to approach the transcendental personality of the Lord. The Lord is not approachable by everyone because he is contained by Yoga Maya potency. But one should not wrongly conclude that Lord was formerly unmanifested and has now manifested himself in the human form. This is also Avajananti Mamudha Manushim Tanumashidam Parambhavam Ajananto Mama Bhota Maheshwaram. So they are also Mamudaha. These are the foolish people. They think that Manushim Tanumashidam, thinking that I have taken the form of a human form. So this misconception of the formlessness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is due to the Yoga Maya, curtain of the Lord, and can be removed only by the Supreme Will. This is Swayameva Spurtyadaham. The Lord, he will reveal by himself as soon as the conditioned soul surrenders unto him. The devotee of the Lord, who are transcendental to the above mentioned three modes of material nature, can see the all blissful transcendental form of the Lord with their vision of love in the attitude of pure devotional service. So this is very beautiful. Even we see in a personal example by the Kumaras, when they have visited Vaikuntha planets, at the time they were admitting this statement. So previously we were meditating in the Abhyakta form, in the impersonal Brahma Jyoti, but at the time also our father Brahma was saying that personality of Godhead is in the Vaikuntha. And when this Kumaras personally entered into the Vaikuntha to see, at that time they mentioned that our father has already told us, so you are appearing just exactly whatever my father has described about your features and personality. So Yontarhito Hidikatopi Duratmanam Tam Sodhyaiva Nainam Anantaradaha. So they explains after that, just like our father explained. So that is also we see here, that can be revealed only the form of all blissful transcendental form of the Lord with their vision of love in the attitude of pure devotional service. Swayameva Spuratyadaha. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So Brahma is saying to Narada Muni. सयेष भगवान् लिङ्गैः त्रिभिः एतैः अदोक्षजः स्वलक्षित गतिर्ब्रह्मन् सर्वेषां मम च ईश्वरः. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly enter into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is letter to unknown. Can I request Gauringi Mataji to read this small letter?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. From dear Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So please try very seriously for this, and I think Krishna will give you all intelligence and facility. Please convey my blessing to your God, wife, and child. Hope this meets you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. To the international uh, unabridged, the same principle is there similarly in mathematics, beginning from 1 to 3, adding and subtracting, etc., up to higher mathematics, just like calculus. The 1 to 3 editing and subtracting uh, is still there, but basic math taught to children and higher math to the college men. In this way, by Krishna consciousness, we can solve all the uh, dogmatic confusion and space speculation. This is the greatest need to the human being, and please try to do it as far as possible, and Krishna will help you. Hope you are well, all well. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway point, Mataji?
Uh, this one is I don't understand Prabhuji properly, so I cannot explain Prabhuji because I don't understand properly. Sorry.
No worries, Mataji. Thank you so much for reading a very nice letter. So here in this letter, Prabhupada is mentioning, so whoever is taking to Krishna consciousness seriously, for this Krishna will give the all intelligence and facility. And just giving an example about the mathematics, 1 to 3 adding, it is 2 plus 2 equal to 4, either when we are studying in the childhood or when we become a big, when we are studying in the university or in the colleges, it remains the same. But the education, the syllabus, it may be varies from the childhood to the college person who is in the higher mathematics. He may be studying calculus and higher mathematics, but 2 plus 2 is always 4. That is Krishna consciousness. Always living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His eternal position is the servant of the Lord. So when he understands that, all of his problems will be solved, all his confusions and speculations. So that is what Krishna consciousness movement is spreading throughout the world to address the living force within the body, which is actually belonging to the highest supreme Lord. So that is greatest need of human beings, and please try to do it as far as possible, and Krishna will help you. Hope you are all well. So likewise, Prabhupada is mentioning. So uh, it is unknown place and also unknown person, but Prabhupada is giving the same instructions. It doesn't matter one is a neophyte or the highly Uttamadhikari. One has to chant all the 16 rounds perfectly and follow the regulative principles rigidly. That is always the same. Okay, that is from this Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, and so tomorrow, 18th of June, so our preaching practice session with Radha Sevika Mataji at 8 p.m. tomorrow. That's all from the announcement side from me. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, if there are no further updates, we shall conclude and continue with further japa. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटिवैष्णववृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Have a Krishna conscious day, everyone. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री